Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Homa Comics. We're back with our first Lanterns episode review. It's titled
An
Pilot.
absolute banger.
It was so good. Oh my god, I cannot wait to talk about this with you, man. We actually watched it independently of each other, which won't always happen, but I think for Lanterns it's gonna happen. That seems
Yep,
like what's gonna happen.
probably.
Um, so I think the first thing that I want to dig into, and there's gonna be spoilers, by the way. So if
Spoiler
you
review and
haven't
breakdown.
watched, we are absolutely going to be diving into spoilers. There's a lot that happens, particularly at the end of this episode.
You
But
were warned.
we start in, I believe it was 95, 1996. My fault. So it
Yep.
is 20 years before part of the main plot takes place. Um, and we see John as a kid. His dad is a terrible guy. That guy is straight
Abusive,
awful.
to say the least.
Abusive is not even like that's actually somehow too little
Yeah.
of a term.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, he's abusive for sure. He shoots an apple off of his kid's head, and he's a good shot, I guess. But damn, and we learned that kid is John Stewart, who will later be one of the two main Green Lanterns that we're going to be following at least this season on Lanterns. And yeah, John in 2016 kind of starts off being this. He's this trainee of Hal, um, which is that's how it's flipped, right? In the comics, it's flipped. Normally, John is the first and Hal's the trainee. Is that right?
I mean, in some iterations, I think, but
Some
not.
iterations, it's like that. I've heard that this is flipped, and that's not a part of the controversy. I think of Lanterns is like they're kind of changing it up to be a flipped
But
storyline.
honestly, I like the way they're going about it. I think
Well,
I think it's a decent change.
I'll tell you what, Hal is an interesting mentor because he's really not very good at it, is he?
Right.
He's not doesn't really know how to train John. The very first sequence we see with them, he dives out of a car that he and John are in and basically gives John the ring and tells him, "You go figure this out, and I'll see you at the taco place." Right? Isn't that where he was going?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Interesting opening. I will actually quickly mention too while we're on it the opening. I'm sure you saw it. There's a yellow lantern within the Green Lantern in the logo, or there's a
This,
yellow
yeah.
light.
Yeah. 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 For
So
the when they go into the intro, right?
legit, like I will say the opening credits aren't even really a thing.
Well, I think
There's no
that's part
theme
of the
music.
ring,
You think
right?
so?
Because
I thought it was like a
there's a
yellow.
gold outline over the ring and the lantern. At least behind
Oh,
when you look at the thing behind the scenes, there's like a gold rim.
okay.
So I think that's what it is. I don't think it's a reference to Yellow Lanterns.
Okay, I thought it was like teasing Sinestro. Was I thought what they were because I mean
I don't think so. But
we know Sinestro's in
also
the
he's I
season.
don't think he's Yellow Lantern yet, right? Because
Really? He's old as hell. I can't lie.
yeah, but he's been in prison
Okay.
after
After trying to be a Yellow Lantern, probably.
we don't know. We will maybe find that out later on in the season, but at this moment we don't know. But
Well, we do know when that probably is taking place. It's probably in the
the
2016
'90s,
timeline.
or
Oh, the 90s. You think it's in the 90s?
oh, you were talking about Sinestro.
Yeah,
I thought you were talking about when Sinestro was a Green
in
Lantern.
prison. Oh, in the 90s for sure. Yeah, he was
Yeah.
definitely in the 90s for sure. Um,
No, but yeah, they might do Sinestro in 2026. Well, actually,
oh,
I don't know. Maybe.
okay.
Maybe. I
So,
mean, they could. It could be either or. Honestly, in this.
yeah. So I will get to this next part. It's pretty trippy, and I watched this with Sam, who's also on the channel. He does our
Shout out Sam.
universe construction videos. Very very good stuff. Um, we were talking about it, and I was confused because I saw Hal right out of the ring. It's like a consciousness transfer that he did.
Right, right,
So it's
right.
not it's
That
not
was
how we knew it.
interesting.
It was interesting. It did kind of confuse me at first, and I thought it was a little stupid. And then I learned to just kind of roll with it. I was like, it's kind of doing like a fun little comic booky thing. It's definitely not realistic in any sense of the matter. But it is. It
Right.
was kind of a cool scene now that I'm looking back on it with the whole episode. Um, but it's
I
how
just wish
basically
he had a green outline. I think
that would have
I
been
think that would
cooler
I think that would have been cooler. But
and less
I like what they
confusing.
did.
because he would have essentially been a Force ghost, but for like Green Lanterns. I think that would have made more sense to like the general public.
Yeah, yeah,
But Hal's consciousness says there's hail in Rushville, Nebraska. So John finds his way back to Hal, and Hal then immediately flies to Rushville, Nebraska, and John's forced to like he goes on like
go on a plane.
a plane. Yeah, he can't
Yeah,
fly yet
just
because he
do
doesn't have a
TSA.
ring. And this is where we meet another major player in the story, probably a main character in Sheriff Kerry Kane, who
Yep.
refuses to let them join in on the investigation of a multiple homicide. There's like four dead bodies, I think, at what was the ending of a high school football game in Nebraska, which
Yep.
is cool. Good world building too. Like just like I know it's small things, but like making the world feel more lived in. You know, there's real consequences. There's real people in this. Like um, John shows off his intellect by like discerning exactly what happened at the crime scene. I thought that was really cool. Very Batman-y, where it's like he would always get like,
Yeah.
every little detail. And I like that
Um,
John and Hal both have those detective skills.
John, that sequence with John, just like it was very little, but like him going about or him figuring out the events that took place was pretty cool, and how they cut that together into a montage. I
Yeah,
that specifically was very Batman-ish, and very very much showing the Detective Comics, the DC Comics side of things.
that's true, right? I mean, it is DC Detective Comics, and right now we've gotten a lot more
Right.
of the action comics, which is like the other like mainline comic that DC is known for. We've gotten like Superman, Supergirl, all that. So like it was cool. It's cool now to get back to the other aspect of DC. I think that people really are excited for, which is the not grounded necessarily, but that detective esque style
Yeah.
that the Batman comics and the Green Lantern comics kind of bring. Flash too, I think, is very similar in most respects because he's like a forensic scientist.
Right.
Um, so this is the best sequence in the episode. Hal,
Oh, are you talking about the end?
no, Hal and John go to the bar. Uh,
Oh, you think that's the best sequence?
yes, I do. I do think that's the best sequence of this episode.
Really? I
So
thought it was
the very,
the
very end.
no, before 2026, right before 2026.
Oh, that was the
The
second best
interrogation.
sequence. That was the second
That
best
that
sequence
was
for me.
my best sequence because holy shit, that was awesome.
So this is my favorite part. They go to a bar. John meets who later will become a very important player, but for now it's just some older woman. Not crazy old, but probably like 50 something.
I think her name's
Um,
Zoe.
Zoe is her name. Yes, that is right.
Yeah.
And he ends up hooking up with her, which is kind of fun. Although
Yeah.
I will say in that
Noah's
sequence,
grandma.
John like does not look thrilled, and I find it so funny. Like he can't even enjoy sex. Like he's so like
Yeah.
staunch
Because
and
he's so,
like
I guess, dedicated to the job that he's like, oh, this
stoic.
is kind of wrong, but like
Yeah,
also not at the same time. I don't know. I think the sequence where he lights the cigarette with his ring was
with the
kind of
ring. Sam
that.
actually
Yeah,
said to me he was like that is such a dumb way to use the ring. He was like that is so
that's
bad.
smart. That's what I would
It's
use it
not he
for.
didn't mean it like it was bad, but he just meant like that was stupid. Like
I mean,
like
you
John's
wouldn't ever
stupid.
have to buy a lighter.
That's true.
I mean,
That's true.
yeah,
But Hal ends up getting his ass kicked at the bar because he wants to. I kind of messed up the order of events. They ended up capturing one of the people who Hal
Waylon
suspects to be an
Sanders.
alien, right?
He
And
runs away. He
from the
bolts.
crime scene, and
John
Hal's there because he thinks
punches
there's
him in the
aliens.
face. Yeah,
Which was cool. Standard chase sequence mostly. Like I wasn't too moved by it, but it was good.
yeah,
Hal gets beat up in the bar because he wants to go interview this guy or
yep,
interrogate this guy rather. And what ends up happening is he ends up not being able to go to jail because Carrie is like onto him. He's like, "You're not doing that." And they go
right,
to a courtroom sequence, which, if you're
yep,
a fan of superheroes, you've seen plenty of these this year with Daredevil Born Again. It's nothing
mhm,
like those sequences. It's a very short court sequence.
yeah.
Uh, but we learn that Hal's attorney is William Macon, who is the
Played by Jason Ritter, who
oh
he's from oh my god, people are gonna kill me for not remembering the name. The main kid from Gravity Falls.
oh I don't remember.
My brain is fried right now. I couldn't tell you.
Um, yeah, I didn't watch
It's
Gravity Falls
because
to keep it real with you guys.
Wow.
Um,
Shame.
but they end up getting bailed out by his father, who's also named William Macon. So for the purposes of this, I think the show
Yeah.
calls the father William and the
Kind
son
of like
Billy.
the rich undertaker of this town.
Right. And I think it's important to note there is a little bit of a comparison between them and John Stewart Sr. and John Stewart Jr., right? Because they're
Right,
both
right, right.
juniors. So I wonder if that'll come into play later on the season. But William is super freaking rich. He's got this like huge ranch, and he believes the Earth is in imminent danger of colonization by alien races. So certainly like a racist guy.
He's
We're in
I mean,
2016, so
he's a
I bet you could
billionaire
tell.
or
I bet you could
millionaire
tell who we voted for in 2016 because I bet that
in
that guy's
in
candidate.
Rushville, Nebraska.
Right.
Millionaire slash billionaire.
Um, and so he bails out Hal, and they end up getting to. They don't do much on that ranch. We set up William Macon. He's got a son. His name's Noah, I believe.
Noah.
And John has a
Or
cool little moment with him.
that's his grandson.
Grandson,
Uh,
well, Billy's kid. My
the
bad.
sheriff and Billy's kid, Noah,
Right, and we also
who's played by Christopher Carey from Weapons, the main kid from
right.
Weapons.
Good actor, good child actor at least. um, and we learn that the grandmother of that kid and the mother of Billy, the wife of William, is Zoe, the person that John hooked up with, which is
Right.
so awesome. I was like,
Yeah,
oh
when he
shit,
finds out that's his grandma.
yeah. And
He's
Hal
like,
was like, I'm
Grandma!
impressed. I was like, that was awesome.
Yeah.
They end up interviewing what Waylon was his name
Waylon Sanders.
at
Yeah.
the police station, who is in fact an alien, and he
Yep.
triggers like this
Because
neutron
he
bomb.
didn't know Harry Potter.
He didn't know Harry Potter, and that's how Hal knew he was
He
a
knew Obama.
alien. He did know Barack Hussein Obama, but he's like, really, a guy from Nashville doesn't have more to say about Barack Obama other than he's the 44th president. I thought that was hilarious. Um,
He was like, oh, there's some controversy that his
his
birth
birth
certificate
certificate
is
might be faked.
illegitimate. Or yeah,
Yeah, that was awesome because it's true. A white guy from Nebraska probably even if you are like a Democrat, like you're probably still gonna have like more information than that on
yeah.
the Barack Obama stuff. So that was awesome. Hal clocked him immediately.
That's when
And
he knew, I guess.
yeah, so this alien and neutron bomb inside of him, Hal's able to contain the blast, and they get off scot free. And then the episode takes a
Yeah.
big turn because we see that we now go to the present timeline, which is
Yep.
2026. Presumably winter, so maybe we're in January or maybe in like December, hard to tell. And
Yeah.
so it's either like really early 2026 or really late 2026. And John goes back to that same football field that everything started at. We see Carrie there. Everyone's 10 years older. John's rocking a goatee, right? Or a mustache or something. He's got something. I think it's a mustache, actually. And we see that Hal is
Well,
dead.
it's a goatee, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he's got a goatee. Yeah. We
Yeah,
learned
Hal's
that
dead.
Hal is
Hal's
dead,
dead.
and he got shot. He
Shot
got
right
shot in
here.
the head, somewhere right there. Yeah. So
Yeah.
he's dead. He's capital D dead. He's frozen
At the same
as shit.
field from the beginning.
Same field from the beginning. And I would say that like this came as a huge shock, but I do think it's unfortunate that this definitely like a lot of people knew this was going to happen. It got leaked.
It did get leaked.
We tried our best to avoid it. Obviously, we do. Like
It's just out there.
we were
It's just
aware. I will say that the way they did it was, I think, pretty cool. It leads John to being like the main Green Lantern for 2026. It leads Hal to still be huge parts of that 2016
Well,
storyline.
we also have to know how Guy Gardner ties into all of this.
Right. I assume
Because
Guy's solely in
there can only
2026
be one Lantern, Green Lantern on
per
Earth,
sector.
and he's the
Do
Green
you think
Lantern in
that
2025.
do you think that Guy has got the ring and John does not have the ring?
Yeah, that's
And
the
you
only
think
way
that John's
because Superman was the year before.
right. And you think that John's like gonna try to barter for the ring and Guy's not gonna want that. But Guy's going to stay a Green Lantern, obviously. So I wonder. There must be a second ring somewhere where they are
John
able
might
to
not want
resolve
it,
that.
but I don't know.
He's gonna have to want it because they're gonna have to do Lantern
No,
stuff
yeah,
in
plot wise, he
2026.
needs to want it eventually
Right.
because he's a man
Um.
of tomorrow and he's gonna be the main Green Lantern.
So let me give general thoughts here. Besides just like a plot recap. Now we've done all that. I will say Hal right now. This might come as a shock to viewers, but he is now my favorite character in the
He
DC
was your favorite.
period.
Oh wait,
No,
wait.
no, no, no. Favorite character period. From one episode I've seen enough.
All
He
right.
is my number one. Amazing character. Kyle Chandler knocks it out of the park. Brilliant acting.
He's just
Um,
he's just anytime he talks, you just lock in. Like
it's so good.
anytime he talks, you just lock in
Um,
automatically.
I'm not even mad that he got killed off because like
Well, he's
I
gonna be
know
in the rest of the show.
I'm gonna
Like,
get 7 more episodes of him in it, so I don't feel
yeah,
like I
he's
lost that.
right, right, right,
Uh, it will pain me, I think, if I never get more Hal content after this. I'd love like a
but we definitely
animated
can
something or
set
other.
it up. It set it up where I mean, there's a whole decade before Superman where he's Green Lantern,
And
and
there's a
and the
whole
decades
20
before
years
that.
before. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I think there's a chance for, I mean, not Kyle Chandler, obviously. I just don't think it's, I mean, I assume that
he
he
also
probably
did
would
his
only.
aging pretty well
They
from the
did. I
current
don't
show.
think that that was AI or anything. I mean, maybe there was like a legitimate like AI
Uh,
software, but like I assume that it was CGI work and stuff.
no, it looks all
Um,
practical.
you think it's
They
all
just
practical?
maybe they like got rid of some wrinkles in
Yeah.
CGI,
I
but
think there was some VFX, man. They definitely have the budget for it. It's an HBO show.
maybe
But
yeah.
that was a controversy too. Like, is it AI? It's like I don't think just because, if anything, I don't even know if AI could do that good of a job. But even if it could, like, it doesn't mean they're just going to use AI. Like, I do think that it's
Right.
pretty easy to do normally anyway. Um, what are the things that stick out to you? Like, I think Hal's my big like the biggest part of this episode for me that really makes it work. But
I think the tension building was really good,
mm,
especially as the second half of the episode rolled in. It took a bit for me to get there, but when it did, you just locked in.
right,
Um, I think, as you said, Kyle's acting is phenomenal, and he's just Hal Jordan. Like, you
yeah.
cannot say that that's bad casting. I mean, you can say yeah he's old, but like that is
Well,
still Hal Jordan.
but they went for a 6-year-old clearly because he was gonna die.
Right.
They wanted to
They wanted
have
to
a
pass
Hal
off
they
the
could use
baton
for
to John as the main Green
yeah.
Lantern.
I think what they want to do is do the legacy of John. They wanted to do John Stewart, but they wanted to find a way to honor Hal and not just have him be nothing in the
Right.
cinematic universe.
Right.
I think they've done a good job so
And
far. One
then
episode in, but
another thing I noticed is the show just feels. I mean, I haven't seen Ozark, but this show feels right out of Damon Lindelof's lane.
yeah,
I've
I
seen
haven't seen a single
Lost.
Lindelof project. So
I've seen Watchmen. Um, it just right. It just feels very Damon Lindelof, which I think he co-wrote this episode with Chris Mundy and
I
Tom
can look it
King.
up. He
I'm pretty
did.
sure he did.
Chris Mundy, Tom King, and Lindelof, and then
Um,
James Hawks directed.
right. The story, the pacing, everything about it feels very Damon Lindelof, which is very good because I love all of his shows. Um, like it was just a great episode.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I think the only other thing I really want to mention is how I've kind of felt about John, and I will say this is I don't think it's necessarily going to be a series wide problem. I just feel like John, specifically in 2016, is very bones, if that's even the right. Like he's very bare
yeah.
bones. He's very
Which I
he's
definitely
like
think it's gonna. It's
right.
I definitely felt a little bit of that, but I think judging based off all the marketing material, like it's definitely gonna be
And I'll say
work. It's definitely gonna be developed a lot
I'll
more.
say they have 7 episodes, right, to prove that this guy really is the Green Lantern for the DCU. If we're having this conversation by episode 5, I'm going to be more nervous. Right now, I got no problem. I say let
Yeah.
him be a little wooden, let him be a little I don't want to say static in characterization. Let him have that, ability to progress. And I think
Yeah.
if we see by, again, halfway through is like the perfect time. By episode 4, if he has not started to really click with me, it might become more of an issue. Right now, I can't pretend like it's a big deal right now. We also
And
don't know who the
I
main
think it
villain
does.
is.
it does prove that Kyle Chandler or Hal Jordan is definitely very much a co-lead in this, which
Yeah,
people
yeah.
after hearing upon the leaks were like, "Oh, he's gone after episode
He's gone
one,"
after episode one. It's all
but that's not
John.
the case. He's definitely going to be a central lead here with a character arc and story,
Right.
um, even if we know his end result in 2026.
And what I was just adding on was that we
Yeah,
don't know
yeah,
who
go
the
on.
main villain is. It could be
Well, it's
William
the
Macon.
Manhunters because that's what we saw in the trailer. But
Yeah, but we haven't seen them yet. We've seen that there's an alien threat, but we haven't legitimately
well,
heard
wouldn't
Manhunter. We
Waylon
haven't.
Sanders be one?
He might be. We don't know for sure, do we?
I don't think they're going to do other aliens.
But do the man? But are they the main villain, or are they like a cop out
I
thing? I don't know. Because Macon seems very main villainy,
yeah,
but he certainly hasn't become evil yet. He's got interesting things to say about aliens, but like that's not necessarily
he's definitely involved though. Like
damning enough, you know?
yeah, he's. I think what this episode proved is that something's going on with the Macons.
Yeah.
Uh,
Which I
like
think might get resolved in
Carrie
2026.
was warning John about it. Like,
Yeah.
or was she warning Hal? Was it John or Hal? She was warning like she was like,
And she warned Hal because she was like, "You don't want to get in
yeah,
debt with
you don't want
them,"
to be in debt with my father
and he
anymore.
was like, "Sounds like someone who's in debt with them."
Yeah, okay.
It's
Yeah.
probably true. I have no doubt that she's probably a little corrupt. Probably not like irredeemably corrupt, but probably a little bit.
Well, I
I
don't
liked
know.
Carrie too.
She is with John in 2026. So we have to see how that happens.
Oh, okay, that's confirmed. All right.
What do you mean?
I didn't know that was the thing. They didn't
No,
say it, did they, in the episode?
Carrie is in 2026. Like it
Yeah.
shows at the
Oh,
end of
with
the
John.
episode.
Oh, my bad, my bad. I
Oh,
thought what you were saying. Sorry, I misinterpreted. I thought you were saying that she was with Hal as like a couple in 2026. I'm like, I didn't know
oh,
about that.
oh,
Because
no,
I
no,
did
no.
think she was supposed to be his love interest, right? Isn't that
I think that
what
was reported somewhere.
reported? Um,
She could have an affair with
they
Hal.
they've got some tension. There's something there,
They, especially after he just proved that there were aliens in Russia. I don't
right?
know. I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. Maybe she'll be more
Because their whole gimmick, this thing was like, oh, there's no aliens here. This is Rushville, Nebraska.
Nebraska, but there's hail, alien in Rushville, Nebraska.
Is that like an actual terminology?
No, I think
Hail.
Cal was just making up some bullshit, which is kind of fun. Like
Okay.
everything he did was awesome. Like it's really
I
hard.
was like, is there a connotation to this word that I'm missing?
No,
Because I
I
was
don't.
like, hail
I
is
don't think so.
aliens. That's
So I
interesting.
do I do want to wrap up the review because we're pushing
Yeah, yeah.
25. So let's come out with our 10 scores. What we're gonna
Okay.
do for everything that we review together, we're just gonna do it individually. There's no combined ratings, nothing like that. We're gonna individually rate each episode. At the end, we'll give our season rating. At least for me, that'll just be an average of my episode ratings to make it simple. I'll start. I gave this a 9 out of 10. Literally, my only issue right now is John is just a little lacking. It's not Aaron Pierre's fault. It's simply I think it's just what is meant to happen. But for that reason, I'm gonna have to just not give it the straight up 10.
I agree. I will give this a 9 out of 10 as well. The whole cinematic aspects of this episode were surreal and great, and love Kyle Chandler as Hal. Um, Still looking for some development on John, which I'm
Mm,
expecting. It's
me
only
too.
one episode in. Um, but yeah, the tension is there, and I'm excited to see where the mystery goes from there.
Yeah. And that's all we have for you guys. But next Monday, which should be uploaded Monday morning, next Monday, we're going to have an episode 2
Yep.
review, and every Monday after until we hit the 8, and then we're done. But that's all for you that we have for you guys. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below your thoughts on the episode, and we'll see you guys in the next Lanterns review. Peace.
Peace.